To quote the Joker, he always said, "Let's put a smile on that face." And you know what puts a smile on my face? Today's build. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to Bricks and Toys. My name is Batman. No, I'm kidding. My name is Brandon, but I am super edged up, excited, bouncing off the walls happy today because we finally dive into a build that we picked up before my vacation at the end of May, and that is the Batmobile Tumbler. This is set number 76240, coming in at 2,049 pieces. This is a set that I've been super wanting because my era of Batman is Christian Bale, Christopher Nolan, the Dark Knight trilogy, and it all started when I first watched the posthumous The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger. Oh my gosh. I really feel like Heath Ledger went into some dark alleys to portray the Joker in that movie, and I do believe that that was a contributing factor to him losing his life the way that he did. But all of that is hearsay, but that performance, that movie, is what started it all. It drew me to my mom's Batman of Michael Keaton in the 90s to today, and ever since that movie, I have loved Batman. And now, because of that movie, I love my mom's era of Batman. I love my era of Batman. And I give every actor of the new era of Batman a chance. I do feel like he's in a really bad spot right now. I do feel like they keep changing actors a lot, and that's unfortunate. They did that in the late 90s, and that costed them big time. I think George Clooney rounded out the 90s as Batman, and it did not go well. Let's not get onto the politics of Batman and where it's been and how it's been and everything. Let's focus on the Dark Knight trilogy with today's build, which is the Tumbler. Now, obvious reasons, you guys already know, I'm a huge fangirl, fanboy, whatever you want to call it, over this series of movies. And when I first watched The Dark Knight and he pulled this thing out, it wasn't like my mom's Batman with the Batmobile that Tim Burton did, which, mind you, is a build that I do want to do on the channel, and maybe if we can get up to 500 subscribers, I will spend the $400 and I will get the 89 Batmobile. It is definitely something I want to do, so that is a goal. If we can get up to 400 or 500, just depends on success, I will pay the money and I will get the 89 Batmobile. But back to what I was saying, when I first watched this movie, I instantly realized that I was going down a completely different route. It went from being more comic booky in my mom's era to more tactile and army-like, modern and real into this era. And when he pulled this thing out, it was just pure gnarly. Like, it was crazy. And then at the end of the movie, where it gets damaged and the pod bike shoots out, it was awesome. It was very easy for me to accept this as the Batmobile and depart from my mom's era of the more comic booky one that we had, which both are the best examples of the Batmobile. Besides the 60s TV show with the Ford Futura, that one is definitely rounding out the top 3 of the best Batmobiles we've ever had. The Ford Futura from the 60s, Michael Keaton's Batmobile, and the Tumbler. Those are the top 3. There's probably other good ones out there in your opinion, but in my opinion, those are the ones I look for. So let's go ahead, let's look at the box, and let's grade the box. Let's see what we have in terms for this set. Now, I'm really hoping that there is some nod to the Joker in all of this, but I don't know. I've never researched the set. I saw the box, I saw what was on the box, and I said, that has to come home. And here we are. Overall, it just shows the tumbler. It does have a nice plaque and a nice base to hold the tumbler, which makes displaying this probably a really nice breeze. which I am excited for. It does have the dimensions of 17.2 inches long and about 6.5 inches tall. And ho ho ho, look at this. On the box, we do have the minifigures of Heath Ledger's Joker and Batman. That is incredible. I did not expect that, and the fact that that's what's on this box right now, like I said, that was my first Batman movie of my era that sucked me into the franchise, made me respect my mom's era, and brought me to all the movies that I watch today, even with the Twilight star Robert Pattinson's, his Batman movie. This is where it all started, with the Joker and his performance. I just loved it. So, this box is incredible. That surprise is incredible. Usually if we're going to get minifigs, we see it at the top of the box. We don't with this. We see it on the back. So let's go ahead. Let's grade this box. I'm doing black for today's pin design because Batman, The Dark Knight, black as a bat makes sense to me. So for the box design, I'm going to give it a straight 10, only because they surprised the hell out of me with putting the minifigs included on the back and not on the top, because you don't really look at the back of the box, you look at the front when you buy it, because you already know that you're going to buy it when you go into the store. Well, at least I am like that, and I would never have known that unless I was going over the box. Packaging, let's go ahead, let's unbox this set. Now I'm just going to reach in and pull out the instruction booklet because like I've said in prior videos, we don't really have a lot of room here, so we have to be careful with what we're doing. 3 pieces of tape gets the job done. And then we go inside and it's all bags and a lot of black parts. We do have these monstrous rear tires. Look at those monsters. That is incredible. Everything seems to be packaged up really nice. Looks like there's 4 rear tires all stacked in here together. Yep, and a bunch of bags. So let's go ahead. Let's get out our book. Okay, I got a sticker sheet right off the top. It looks like I got a little loose sticker I better get. Yep, I got a loose sticker. Let's just double check, because if there's 1 loose sticker, there could be 2 loose stickers. I am nervous about that. No, we're good. So we do have, looks like a little control panel sticker. It says number 12. Put that back in there so I don't lose it. Then we have a bunch of stickers featuring some common things from the movie. Damage, loiter, all the warning screens, making a total of 12 stickers total. And then we do have that specification plaque that says it goes up to 200 plus mile an hour, and it's 0 to 60 is in 2.9 seconds for the 1500 horsepower jet turbine engine. Like I said, this thing was badass. And I think it was actually a functioning vehicle that they made for the movie. I saw some things about it. So it does look like the step counter does reset to make the stand. The stand is it looks about 25 steps to build the stand. It does show you how to attach the tumbler to the stand. Then I guess there's a whole nother display for the minifigs, which is incredible. Gosh, looking at the illustration of that Joker just gives me the goosebumps. Like, I just hear, you want to hear a story about how I got these scars? I just start thinking of all the dialogue. Like I said, guys, I really love that. So to build the stand and everything looks to be about 4 steps total, 5 steps, then you add the minifigs. So the actual build, getting onto subject here, is 553 steps to build the actual tumbler and 386 pieces. And then our bag count is going to be, we do have 11 bags in this build, each bag making its own building stage all the way into the end, with the final bag building the stand and the stand for the minifigs. The first 10 bags build the actual tumbler itself. And of course, it's got all these beautiful illustrations and screenshots of the set and things from the movie. And then they kind of work in the set coming through as if it was in the movie, which is pretty cool. So with that, let's rate this packaging. Everything seems pretty straightforward. Everything seems nice. I don't like how that one little sticker is left loose. I have to be super critical with that. I'm going to give this packaging in straight 8 because I really want to know how many people threw away that tiny little sticker because it's not attached to the big sticker sheet. I don't know why Lego does that. I do know that's because it's translucent versus the other ones being a white background. I just wish there was a way that they could print it all into one so that we don't ever have to risk losing our stickers. So we're already off to a very average start. So that is very good. And so now let's go ahead. Let's dive into that sweet time lapse. And we'll be back at my building station for the review. Now it's time to get into the review of the Batmobile Tumbler. Let's go ahead. Let's start off with the plaque that's down there. It is kind of hidden. That is one of my gripes about the set, is it has to be in the front or it kind of sits funny. So if you want to get in there and read those details, it's a little difficult. Overall, it's just a lot of plating to make all that armor come to life. You do have some printed elements right there on the door, or what would be the door area. Just a lot of plating. We do have smoke clear for the windows. We do have those 2 large front tires. More of that plating and more of those printed round elements. Coming around the back, you do start seeing the large 4 rear tires. This thing is supposed to be like a Lamborghini crossed with a tank in the movie, and I think that's what we got going on here. Usually I like to put the camera on a stand now, but with this there's just so much to show. I'm just freehanding all of this. You access the internal cockpit by lifting up these sides, and that allows you in. You can see all the stuff, seats, control panels, everything. There are some more sticker elements through the glass here, but they're really hard to see, and there's really no easy way to get into it and see. We do have a printed window plate right there, making the front. Overall, really cool. These roof tiles go right back in. Super simple. And get the other one in here for you. There we go. Come on. There. Perfect. And then we move on down. We do have Batman and the Joker, which are literally the chef's kiss of this whole set. I'm more excited to have a Heath Ledger Joker minifig than I kind of am to have the whole damn car, to be honest with you. I love that character so much. The way the stand works is if you just pick it up, like so, and that's the stand. It connects to that white part on the bottom. And reconnects, like so. So that wraps it up for the review. Now let's wrap up this video. And now it's time to wrap up this video on the Batmobile Tumbler. So this set is what I would consider, like the Republic gunship, to be a super display set. It is definitely not meant to be really interacted with or played with or messed with. It's meant to be set on a shelf and forget it. And so what I mean by that is there is no steering elements. There is no door opening elements. It's just literally a Technic box with some plates making a shape, and that is the build. I do think it is a really incredible build, but it is literally a Technic box with plates. So if you are looking into this set, just know that it doesn't have very much functionality, and the fact that the roof plates come off to look at the interior is a blessing. The major key thing about this set that I really love is, of course, the Heath Ledger style Joker. I mean, I can't quit talking about this. This is sick. This is awesome. I just keep seeing this guy and thinking of all the movie lines like, you want to know how I got these scars? I mean, this is like my favorite character since I was like 17, 18 when I watched this movie. So that's a surprise. I didn't know that came in the set, and that really makes everything really rounded out. Like with the Back to the Future DeLorean, it does come with the two minifigs on the side, but they are not up to scale with the actual display model. So what that means is they're meant to be outside on a stand and not inside the model. Just like with the Back to the Future, like I said. But what could have really set this model over the top, and I would have even paid an extra $150 on top of the already high price of this set, would have been a cool, unique way to get the Batpod to come out of the front of it. That would have been super sick. I know Lego has its limitations, but lately with everything Lego has been doing, I can really see this being a possibility. If they would have made the Batpod shoot out of the front wheel like in the movie, that would have been perfect. And I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't try to at least make it look like it could or even exist, but it's all okay. So overall, it's a very expensive model for display and display only. It doesn't have functioning doors, doesn't have functioning steering, it's just for display. So let's go ahead, let's get to the board, and let's get this thing graded. Build quality. I want to say the build quality is really well, but like a lot of Lego sets, like the Millennium Falcon UCS, it's just plates. Plates using clips to lock in, plates using other plates to do a fitment thing like with the roof and how the roof locks in. It's just plates on plates on plates. And because of that, it can be a little fragile. And I do know putting the rear wheels on, there wasn't a lot of instruction on how to do it correctly. And I noticed when I was trying to get it perfect, there was a lot of play in the rear axle area. And that's something to also note with the build quality. So I'm going to give the build quality about an 8. Part usage, it's got a nice blend of Technic and Lego elements making the entire set. There is some gold elements, the pearl gold elements, to make accents throughout the Batmobile. But overall, it is pretty basic, so I'm just going to give that an 8. The playability of this set, I've already talked about it. There really isn't any playability. It's mostly functionability. So I'm just going to give that a 4. Ease of display. It is made for display. It is very easy to display. The minifigs even have a nice little stand so they don't fall over when you're displaying it. It's pretty clear cut. It's made for display. So that is definitely going to be a 10. The minifigs is a 10 because it has the Joker. Sorry, I'm biased. And availability, you can still get this in-store, online, wherever you choose. So that's an easy 10. So the price of this set is $270 US. And it's making it at a price per piece of 13 cents per piece average. So that is not something you can easily shake a stick at, but overall, I feel like this has so much more going on with it since it as a vehicle has an interior and a lot more plating and things that are compact. I'm going to go ahead and give this a very kind of similar score on price of about 7, because that is a really tough price per piece. I mean, 13 cents, ouch. For a Warner Brothers Batman movie? Gosh, I'm going to hate to see what those miniature cars that are coming out in August, I believe it is, the Batwing and the 89 Batmobile. I'm going to hate to see what their price per piece is, because both of those sets are small sets for $40 or more, 40 to 50. So there is something going on with the licensing fee of these sets. Is it fun? The set is incredibly fun. It is really cool to look at. There's not a lot of playability, like I keep saying, but it is fun to look at, so I'm going to give that an 8. Wow, what the hell did I draw for an 8? Looks like I did some type of symbol. So let's go ahead and let's add up these numbers, and we'll see what the board has to say versus how I feel. So our complete score is 83 on this set. And the 83 is perfect with how I feel about this set. I do want to recommend it. I do want to say if you don't have it, go out and make sure you have it. I do think this is one of the sets that should be exiting very soon, as it did come out in 2021. But that price is very high, like with the UCS gunship. And it's kind of held at that same level, but I do find more of a value with this, because this does look more filling and complete, where the other one is more hollow. But that decision is up to you. 83 is what it is. 83 is about how I feel inside. So with that one, everybody, that pretty much wraps up this video. I would like to hear your comments down below on what you think of the Batmobile Tumbler. Is it too expensive? Would you rather pay $400 for the gunship? What's your thoughts? Because these models that's basically a shelf piece for $400 is kind of extreme in my opinion, and now I have 2 of them within a week, so yikes. So with that, comment down below, let me know. If you liked the video, please like, share, and subscribe, and as usual, thank you for watching, and you all have a really good one.